Senator Tommy Tuberville's residency has been the hot topic heading into November's election because not everyone believes that he lives in Alabama. Former gubernatorial candidate Ken McFeeters is one of those people. He's now filed 3 lawsuits challenging Tuberville's run for governor, and all 3 got dismissed. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. But what about in court? Is there a limit to how many times you can refile a lawsuit after it's dismissed? We verify. Former Republican gubernatorial candidate Ken McFeeters has filed 3 lawsuits challenging Senator Tommy Tuberville's eligibility for governor, arguing he doesn't meet Alabama's 7-year residency requirement to run for the state's highest office. The courts dismissed all 3 cases, but McFeeters says that won't stop him from pushing for answers.
Somebody's got to be held accountable. You can't do this without the people of Alabama standing up and saying, no, prove you live in Alabama. It's not that hard. That's the easiest thing you can do is prove where you live. And he can't, and they won't make him.
Tuberville has pushed back on those claims from the start, saying he's met every requirement before he ever announced his campaign.
When I decided to run a year and a half ago, we made sure we crossed every T, dotted every I. I wasn't going to run if I wasn't eligible. I'm a little bit smarter than that.
So with 3 lawsuits already dismissed, some people wanted to know, is there a limit to how many times you can refile the same lawsuit? Let's verify. Our source is the Alabama Rules of Civil Procedure. Here's what we found. According to Alabama law, there is no set number of times a person can refile a lawsuit after one has been dismissed. But that doesn't mean someone can simply file that same lawsuit over and over again. Whether you can file again depends on why the case was dismissed and what the judge's order says. If a case is dismissed with prejudice, that generally means the person is barred from bringing that same claim again. But a with prejudice ruling doesn't always mean a judge decided the underlying question. A court can also close a case for good if someone keeps refiling the same flawed complaint over and over, essentially saying you've had your chances without ever ruling on the facts themselves. If a judge dismisses a case without prejudice, that means the person can try again in a different court or with a different argument. That's what happened when McFeeters' first lawsuit was dismissed in Covington County. The judge ruled the court had a lack of subject matter jurisdiction, basically meaning the court didn't have the legal authority to decide this particular issue in this particular type of case, so he was able to refile. His second lawsuit went to federal court where it was thrown out for a different reason, lack of standing. The judge ruled that McFeeters didn't have enough of a personal legal stake in the matter to bring this federal lawsuit. His third lawsuit in Jefferson County was dismissed this week on due process grounds. In all 3 cases, no judge has ruled on whether Tuberville actually meets Alabama's residency requirement for governor. Every dismissal came on procedural grounds, not the merits of the case itself. So we can verify that there is no limit to how many times you can file a lawsuit after it's dismissed. But whether you can try again comes down to why the case was thrown out in the first place. If you have something you want us to verify, text us at 256-382-2692.